Zach, life beat depression. It's day 670, and we're back with another somatic healing session to wipe out depression. Thank you so much for being here now. Anyone who's tuned in now, anyone who's tuning in later, appreciate you out there for your support. And not only showing up for yourself, but showing up for others in the social support system that we're creating. It's helping people all over the planet. So, thank you guys so much. As you know, we've mixed martial arts with mental health tools on this show. The first one that we usually cover is gratitude. Gratitude going out to the first ones tuning in today. And like I said, to all those people who are tuning in and supporting each other. Shout out to Mad with Hats. You're the focus of my gratitude section today. And go ahead and think about something you're grateful for. And that'll help put you in a positive mindset as we move into today's lesson. Also, the second mental health tool we want to talk about is that list tool, keeping track of your progress, keeping track of the number of days you got up and fought forwards for yourself, whether it was a whole 10 minutes that you made it through, or if it was just 1 minute, or if it was something else. It doesn't even have to be necessarily this show or this program, but if you have something that you do for yourself that builds you up mentally and physically, and it's a daily accomplishable goal, that could be your progress tracking. You could be keeping track of that progress with a number tool like this, and that will show you that nothing is going to stop you but you out here. Nothing. None of those lies that we are trying to be sold by depression or anxiety are going to stop you from making that progress. And not only is it a record of your progress so far, but it also lets you know what you can look forward to in the future, right? I look forward to the next 670 days and what we're going to build together in that time. And I'm happy to be here and happy to keep going forwards. So I hope that you guys are having a similar experience with that number tool, and let people know if it's working for you and you're enjoying benefits from it. Please share those benefits with the world, because that's one of the best ways that we can help each other. Shout out to Lisa the Luminary. Appreciate you out there at 370 days. I want to say it's been 370 days of consistent progress and success from Lisa. Mad with Hats, over 100 days of progress and success out there, putting up big numbers, and you're doing big things. I hope that those numbers are having that positive impact in your life the same way that they are in mine. That being said, you might notice maybe a little bit of less energy coming out today. I was out extremely late last night. I want to say 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning is when I made it back, and just woke up. So what's going on is today we always have to challenge ourselves to our skill level and take into consideration our environment and the different things that may have changed in our environment. Because your best today might not be the same output, might not be the same number as it was yesterday. But if you're challenging yourself to make progress, then that can still be your best. It doesn't have to be a specific number. It doesn't have to be what you did yesterday or what you're going to do tomorrow. It can be about right now in this moment. So, tuning into this moment, taking all things into consideration, the heat, the hydration, the sleep factor, all those different things, I'm going to moderate down to my intensity level. So I give myself a challenge. I don't want to take it easy and fall into that boredom category. I don't want to push too hard and wind up feeling like it's work, because then I'll need a active, full passive day off. But I want to make sure I challenge myself and keep it interesting, so I can feel that growth and feel that progress and continue to do so. Shout out to Lupine Ken, Slayer Ken out there with 278 days. You guys, all consistent out here, all amazing inspirations to each other and to me as well, showing me that I'm not alone out here and other people are working with these tools and moving forward as well. So thank you guys so much for being a part of that system. You're all going to be in the gratitude section today. And let's get back on track. So we do want to show up for ourselves, take into consideration all the factors that will affect us for the day, and then give ourselves a challenge. So today would normally be a high intensity day, but my intensity is going to be a little bit lower due to those couple of things that I mentioned earlier. You'll notice the beautiful Beat Depression bus behind me, and I'm kind of disappointed. I'm kind of a little bummed today it's going to happen, because I've gone through all the things I can go through to get it up and running, and it's just not happening. So I'm going to have to get into some really labor-intensive, time-consuming process to get it back going again, and I'm going to run out of time out here if I do that now. So I'm going to have to ship this bus back to New Jersey. It's not going to make the trip that was planned. So it is what it is. Life presents us challenges, presents us struggles, and we have to adapt and grow with those struggles. Not always going to go according to plan. That's why it's good to be adaptable and come up with new plans, right? Make adjustments, pivot points, and come at it from another angle, just like in martial arts, right? Someone's guard is always up, boom, 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 we're throwing the same thing. We got to change that angle, throw something different, break up that rhythm, and try a different approach so we can get the results we're looking for. While you're in Vegas, it's raining down here in Atlantic City, 72 degrees, dark clouds, I'm inside and safe. Man, wow, it's like 100 degrees out here. It's bright and sunny all the time. There's occasional rain, but I found out from my buddy Rook, shout out to Rook, that we're in a big dome of mountains. So the mountains block most of the rain. That's why it's dry out here in sunny Vegas all the time. But that being said, I'm glad you're inside and safe, and I hope you're ready to kick some depression booty. As we get into our Muay Thai stance, we'll be working from Muay Thai stance today. 3 rounds, 3 minutes each, 1 minute breaks to catch your breath and drink something. Water, Gatorade, something to keep you hydrated. Got a Gatorade with me today. Hopefully that'll be enough. And we'll be doing Muay Thai stance. We'll be using those standard bread and butter jab and cross. And we're going to mix in some kicks, a couple of teep kicks, front teep, rear teep. We'll work on vertical movement, we'll work on horizontal movement, and switch stance a bit as well. Vary up those combos, and do what we can to give ourselves a challenge. Keep on growing. I'm thinking we'll put some defense in there as well with kick checks. So let's just go over those kick checks real quick, and then the rest we'll break down throughout the session. When you're in Muay Thai stance, go ahead and pop into that stance. Square up, guard high, close the fingers, tuck the thumbs, tuck that chin, shift your body weight back and forwards. And when you're gonna when you're gonna check a kick, wow. When you're gonna check a kick, you want to bring your knee up to the inside of your elbow, pointing the toe down and angling just a little bit. Your goal here is to try and get the hard part of your shin, that solid part of your shin, to block on that lower part of their shin, that weaker part, so that they sustain more damage than you do. You're creating this full shell from top to bottom, covering the head, bracing the head, and shelling up. So you're protected no matter where that kick comes in. So that's your check on one side, nice and squared. Bring that knee up on the inside, angling the body. Checking on the opposite side, opposite leg, same thing. Just bring that knee up, boom, angle the body, angle the body. Those are your kick checks. When we bring the knee up, also point those toes down. It'll make that bone a little more exposed, give you a little bit better solid defense there. And try and keep yourself standing up tall and not hunch over that much. That way we don't lose our balance or get a little closer to our target than we want. Just tuck the chin and practice bringing those knees up to the inside of the elbows. That's our kick check. You guys know the fundamentals. We've been drilling them for so long, so we'll be doing jabs and crosses, varying the levels there. And we'll also be doing the teep. So for the lead teep, it's that classic Muay Thai push kick. It's used often. It's very applicable in multiple situations, real-world situations, as well as the ring. If you need to get someone away from you, you need to create a safe space to escape or evaluate the situation, you can bring that front leg up, hips coming in, bringing those hips in, leg comes up on one plane, and then we're going to extend those hips forwards, whoosh, and push with the ball of the foot. When we do that, we let our shoulders rotate back and our hips rotate forwards, creating that opposite rotational force, and we drive with the ball, whoosh, drive with the ball of that foot, launching that opponent forwards. That's your lead teep, right? Nice squared up lead teep. And we want to push with the ball of the foot, angle the toes back, and aim for center mass. Aim for that center area there. But if you don't have the flexibility yet to get that leg up, that's totally fine. You can aim for the kneecap. You can fight dirty. Bring that leg up, drive through, aim for the kneecap. You can also fire that teep at an angle and go for what's more called oblique kick. Fire that teep at an angle and angle for the opposite kneecap. Boom. Hitting it in a direction that will knock it out of place and immobilize our opponent. So we've got our lead teep, comes in, drive through the hip, chopping the arm at the same time, whoosh, bringing it back and back into stance. Want to try and think about that balance as well all the time. And for the rear teep, what we want to do is, it's pretty much the same thing, except for when we're in our orthodox stance, we've got that one leg further back. So for that one, we're going to shift our weight forward, swing that foot through. Again, we're kind of keeping our hips back, getting them ready to explode through those hips. So we're going to bring that rear foot forwards on one plane, swing through, whoosh, and drive through the hips, pushing that rear foot forwards. Again, center mass is a target, but you can also go for the kneecaps of that depression dummy. Knock the groin, hit the groin. You can fight dirty like that. Whoosh, teep to the groin, drive that opponent away, toss them. And you can generate a lot of power. Kneecap, shin, yes, absolutely. Kneecap, shins. You can generate a lot of power with just one leg when you use those body mechanics correctly to execute that teep. That's why it's really popular. So, we've got the teep, we've got the checks, boom. And we're going to throw in those fundamental jabs and crosses as we move around, have some fun, and give ourselves a challenge. Again, make sure you're challenging you to your level, which means moderate the power behind those punches, the speed of those punches, and the volume, right? I'm going to be going at my pace, all things considered. You can go at your pace. You can double up those punches, double up those kicks, drive through with a lot of power, whoosh, push through the body, and, you know, make it about you. Make it about what's going to work for you and give you that challenge. Get that heart rate up. Get that energy flowing in a good direction. And we'll have the fighting spirit of the 80s coming out of the boombox. Bam. That's Bluetooth. Why not? Some stranger beats today. And if you'd like to train to this music, it's free to stream on Spotify. Just check out SackmanOfficial.com as the artist. Alright, let's get this thing going. Square up. Remember to visualize your opponent so we can improve our accuracy, and assign that opponent the name depression dummy so we can consciously acknowledge what we subconsciously do every day we fight for ourselves, which is knock those lies right out of depression's face. Let's do this thing. You can also exhale hard out of the mouth on these strikes. That'll help you get a better somatic release and engage those core muscles, making your strikes more powerful and more efficient. Bam. Got this timer down. Let's do this thing. Square up. Visualize that opponent. Square up the shoulders and hips. Keep it nice and balanced. Remember, we're in a balanced Muay Thai stance. No burpees today. Definitely not. Square up. Tuck that chin. Get the guard high by the brow line. Close the fingers. Tuck the thumbs. And we're going to step in for a 1-2. Turning those fists over. Landing on the large two knuckles. Boom, boom. Rotating through the body. Rotate on that front foot. Boom, for the step in on the jab. Rotate on the back foot for the cross. Guard high, chin tucked. Step in, exhale hard, double strike. Let's go, keep moving. Sink on those knees a little bit, that'll help with the rotation. And keep that body weight flowing back and forth. Find that rhythm, find that flow. Get in there close and jab, cross. Let's go, keep moving. Forwards and backwards. You start adding in that lateral movement, left to right, 1 foot at a time. Whichever direction we're going in, that's the foot that's going to start. Second foot follows. Keep that spacing in between. Toss a couple measuring jabs like we've been practicing out there to set your distance. And then we're going to go in with the 1-2. Let's go. 1-2, guard high, chin tucked. 1-2. Step in, deliver that jab, cross. Back to stance, keep it square, keep it moving. Shift around and step in for the 1-2. Square up those hips and shoulders after each combo. Tuck that chin and keep that guard high, keep it moving. 2-strike combo, let's go. Jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross. Now we're going to start with the check. Check a kick, step back into your stance, jab, cross, and back out. Let's do it. Check, jab, cross, check, jab, cross, check, jab, cross, square up. And we're going to use that rear check now. Visualize an attack coming in on the opposite side. Keep that pace going, keep it flowing, and check, opposite side, square up, jab, cross, back to stance. check on the lead side, check, jab cross, back to stance, check on the rear side, check, cross, jab, switch it up, square up those hips and shoulders, return to Muay Thai stance, let's step in for 1, 2, 1, 2, chin tuck, check that lead, bam, back to stance, check the rear, boom, back to stance, point those toes on the checks, check the lead, boom, check the rear, boom, back to stance, keep it square, step in for the 1, 2, square up, check the lead, 1, 2, check the rear, boom, 1, 2, you can fire from either side first, does not matter, see what flows best for you, and vary it up from time to time, 1, 2, let's go, lead check, 1, 2, rear check, 1, 2, and that's the end of round 1. Catch your breath, drink some water or Gatorade, and check in on yourself. Boom boxes never get old. Heck, no they don't. You are absolutely correct. The boom box is keeping that fighting spirit alive, and a touch of nostalgia, and hopefully putting us in a little bit of a good mood just by being there. And we can do the same thing for each other. Sometimes social support and just being there is enough to boost somebody's spirits a bit and help them move forwards, feel less alone. So the boombox can teach us all. That's what I'm saying. All right, we got 22 seconds. We're gonna hit this next round. We're gonna start using that teep kick, that lead teep we talked about. Leg comes up on a single plane, drive through the hip, chop on the arm on the same side as that firing leg, and driving with the ball of the foot. You pick your target, be it anywhere on that depression dummy. Knees, groin, shins, center mass. Do what you can, and let's practice together. Square up, it's go time. So let's start with a lead teep. Somebody's getting a little too close, that depression dummy's coming in. We're gonna bring that lead leg up, right? Bring it up, bring the hips in, bring those hips in, and then drive through the hips. And drive that foot forward, back to stance. Speed it up a little bit, thinking about that balance. Keep it nice and balanced. And bring that lead teep up. Drive through and back. Lead teep up. Drive through and back. Something that's going to help your balance is tucking that chin in here. And then keeping that guard high. Lead teep. And back to stance. Lead teep. And back to stance. Square up. Fire it in different directions. Let's oblique kick. Boom. That kneecap on the opposite side. Lead teep to the lead. Kneecap. Boom. Target and return. Lead teep to the groin. And back. Drive through those hips and exhale hard on that teep. Keep it going. Lead teep to center mass. Lead teep to the knee. Lead teep to the opposite knee. Lead teep to the groin. And square up. Let's get it moving. 1, 2. Step in for that one. Drive through with that cross. Let's go. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Back to stance. Lead teep. Let's go. Keep them at a distance. Square up. Tuck that chin and fight for you. Let's go. Lead teep. Drive it through the hip. Lead teep. Back to stance. Try and keep that balance so after you extend the foot, bring it right back in and square up again. 1, 2 combo. Back to stance. 1, 2. Back to stance. Let's check some kicks. Check on the left. Check on the right. Square up. Jab cross. Back to stance. Lead teep. Back to stance. Check on the lead. Boom. Check on the rear. Boom. Jab cross. Ba ba. Square up and lead teep. Back to stance, keep it squared, keep it balanced. Visualize that target. Make contact with some 1, 2s. Square up, let's go. Turn those fists over. Exhale hard. Twist through those shoulders. And keep that guard high. Let's go. Back to stance, lead teep. Check on the lead. Boom, check on the rear. Boom. Square up, 1, 2. Square up again, 1, 2. Check on the lead, bam, check on the rear, boom, teep kick, let's go, drive through those hips, teep, teep again, keep them away, teep, it's coming close, step in for the 1, 2, at your pace, 1, 2, right in the face, go, and that's the end of round 2, catch your breath, drink some water, whew, Getting it in. So, drink some water, check in on you, make sure you're hydrated, and make sure you're giving yourself a challenge to your level. Had some alcohol last night, so that's going to affect my performance as well. But the important part is being here, being part of that process, and moving forwards no matter what, and doing it in a way that we don't overwork ourselves. So make sure you give yourself a challenge. No matter what your circumstance, you can always challenge yourself to grow. And in that way, we can enjoy constant progress and constant success out here as we get stronger each day. We got 14 seconds on this final round. We'll start using that rear teep this time. We'll mix in those other tools that we learned in the beginning, so we'll use all the checks, the 1-2s, the lead check, lead teep, rear teep, and we're gonna get this final round going. Let's do it. Square up with that visualized target. Remember to turn those fists over as you rotate through. Boom, boom. For those shots, step in for the 1-2. Back to stance, 1-2. Back to stance, lead check. Bam, rear check, boom. Lead teep, whoosh, through the hips. Rear teep, whoosh, and back. Remember, swing that rear leg forwards, bringing the hips in, driving through those hips like you're pressing on a gas pedal with the ball of the foot. Lead teep, rear teep, lead teep, rear teep, lead teep, rear teep, lead teep, rear teep. Change that angle. Rear teep, lead teep, rear teep, lead teep, rear teep, lead teep. Square up and 1-2. Hit that dummy right in the face. Let's go. 1-2, 1-2. Lead teep, rear teep, lead teep, rear teep, lead teep, rear teep. Square up, check some kicks, check, 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 check. Bring those knees up to the inside of the elbows. Guard high on the head, and check those kicks. Let's go, grind it out. Square up, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Remember to rotate all the way through, and keep it moving. 1-2, check, kick, 1-2. Check on the rear, boom, 1-2. Sink on those knees. And keep it moving. Lead teep, whoosh. Exhale hard. Rear teep, whoosh. Hard and back to stance. 1-2. Chin tuck. 1-2. Turn those fists over. 1-2. Hit them where it hurts. Let's double it up. 4-hit combo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Square up. 4 shots, jabs, and crosses. Let's go. Back to stance. Turn those fists over. Right down that center line. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Square up and lead teep. Rear teep. Lead teep. Rear teep. Back to stance. Check some kicks. Check. 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 Square up. 1-2. 4-hit combo. Ooh, that was a 3. It's messed up. Back to stance. Check. Check. Lead teep. Rear teep. Square up. 4-hit combo. Back to stance. 4 more. Back to stance. And that's the end of round 3. I hope you challenge yourself. I'm out here pushing myself no matter what. Not too hard. What are the ways you know you're pushing too hard? Lightheadedness, dizziness, nauseousness. Those are all signs of overreaching. Right now I feel like I got my heart rate up, I got that sweat going, I got that activated energy, gave myself a challenge, but I don't feel any of those signs of overreaching. And that's what we want to aim for. We want to aim for a flow zone, and it happens in between the challenge, too hard of a challenge and too little of a challenge. Too much challenge, you end up with more anxiety. Too little of a challenge, you end up with boredom. But right in the middle, you can find that flow zone. And when you're in that flow zone, if you check it out, just Google flow zone, flow state of the mind. When you're in that flow zone, you're currently present and powerful, and it's described as a eustress experience because the effects of mild to moderate anxiety and depression cannot exist in a state of flow, nor can the effects of stress or the symptoms of stress. They cannot exist in a state of flow. So that's why we aim for flow every day. We moderate to our search situation every day, and as our skill level increases, we want to increase that challenge, guaranteeing ourselves consistent growth and progress. So until next time, I want to shout out to everybody here. Shout out to Marshall Delgado and Hello Nurse. Thank you for being here. And if you missed the main lesson, all these lessons will be uploaded to YouTube at Sack Life Daily. On YouTube, you can access them from any platform, any streaming platform, even smart TVs and laptops and anywhere in the world. And you can do it anonymously. You don't have to follow the page or let people know that you're doing it. And you can catch those lessons and beat depression at your own discretion at any time you'd like. So until next time, I'll catch you guys same Sack time, same Sack channel, same Sack life. Sackman out.